What we do here is go back.
Welcome. If you're new to the channel, my name's Elliott and you're watching Rickety Ski Reviews. Today, we're finally going to be talking about Freeskier magazine. Now, I have been avoiding it. I don't want to talk too badly about other channels. I kept letting it go. I kept seeing new reels pop up from them. Okay, that's nonsense. Let it go, Elliott. Namaste. Oh, full video. Wow. This is an awful review. Okay, let it go. And then finally I got put over the tipping point. Now shout out first off to the Ski Monster. In their podcast, they pointed out Freeskier's written articles and how like nondescript and how kind of baloney they were. They did point out that some of them are good, like there were a couple of articles that were good, so full credit there. But I just wanted to give Ski Monster the shout out for catching onto this first. It kind of sent me down this rabbit hole and I did a little bit more digging, so I wanted to do a follow-up video. So just wanted to give them credit where it's due. Now, I have a few issues with Freeskier magazine. Now, I am within my right to use clips in a transformative way. So Freeskier magazine, if you're watching this, I actually did a year of law school. I know how to read case law. I know that as long as I'm doing a critique and it's transformative and it is not a substitute for your video, then it's all fair game. So I'm going to be talking about them really broadly. I'm not going to show any clips, not because I'm worried about fair use, but because I don't want to deal with it. I've dealt with it before with other channels and we've all made good, we worked it out. I was able to send them the case law and show kind of which way it goes, and it goes in favor of the reviewer as long as what I'm doing is transformative. But it is December, it is like the top time for ad revenue for YouTube channels, and I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to have 10 days of revenue just out of my pocket because they decide they don't like what I say. So Freeskier magazine, I reached out to them about using their content. They said, we want all of our content to remain on our site. So I'm not going to use any of it. I'm well within my right, but again, I've had to deal with this. I've had to send like actual case law to other companies that did copyright strikes on my channel. It all worked out. Those people were cool, but I don't want to risk it. I don't want to risk the fact that and Freeskier magazine may not care, but I'm not going to risk it. So that's why we're going to talk about this line item by line item, and I'm not going to show any clips. If you want to see the reviews, check out the full reviews. This is not a substitute. But let's jump into it. Now, first off, let's give a little background for Freeskier magazine. I do remember getting these magazines at the shops I used to work at. So Freeskier magazine is owned by Storm Mountain Media. I believe it was called Storm Mountain Publishing previously, but they own Freeskier magazine, Snowboard magazine, Elevated magazine, which I'm assuming is like climbing, and Storm Studio, Creative Services Division, custom content, video production, social media. Not sure what that's all about. So this larger company owns them. And recently they've been getting into YouTube videos. Typically the written content, specifically published where you can still get the magazine. I used to enjoy the snowboarding magazine back in the day, looking at all of the new boards for the next year. That's where I found my Burton Indy. So this has some legacy to it. But the YouTube content stinks. And it stinks for a few reasons, and here's why. Here are my 3 big complaints with Freeskier magazine. Now, the first issue I have with them is, it's not even an issue, but they do have advertising packages. They have public their 2024, 2025 free ride promotional rates. So if you want to be in their September buyer's guide, that's $25,450 for the inside cover. The 2-page spread is $21,000 and a little bit extra. The back cover is $18,000. Full page is $12,950, and so on. I'll publish it. It was on their website. You can also get the email newsletters, the display advertising. Display advertising has a $5,000 minimum with a $20 CPM. I'm assuming that is for their web content. There's also different 3-month sponsorships, giveaways, things like that. Okay, so ski companies pay to have their products featured on Freeskier magazine. Now that in itself isn't mind-blowing, but they don't disclose that in the YouTube video, that they are paid by these companies for advertisement. Now, I don't know if these YouTube videos were paid for. I'm only speculating here, but I have a hard time believing that if they are charging for covers, for being on a published magazine, and to be featured on their website, logic would follow that they would also have a fee for their YouTube web content. Now, I can't say that for sure. Maybe there isn't. But the fact that they don't disclose their relationship with these brands outside of YouTube, to me, is unethical. If you have a relationship, you should disclose it. If you are getting paid by this company in some capacity, you should disclose it. This seems like easy math for anybody who is doing a review. The second thing that bothers me is, let's say, best case scenario, they get paid by these ski companies on their website and on their magazine, but they don't charge for the YouTube videos. Okay, how did you get the skis? Right? And I go out of my way to do this, but like, were you given the skis? Were they demos? Were they loaned and you're sending them back? Logic would have it that if these brands are paying enough money for you to get the skis and to be showcased in your September buyer's guide and your November travel issue, then sure, they're gonna send you the skis so you can write and talk about them. But disclose that. It's so easy. It takes 5 seconds. I will tell you if I paid my own money to go and get it from the demo shop. It is so easy to do, and I don't know why they wouldn't just take 10 seconds if everything's on the up and up. One could speculate that it's likely they were paid for this content, so maybe that's irrelevant, but either way, you should let people know. And if that is true, then it's sponsored content on YouTube, and the terms and conditions of YouTube, you should display that this was a paid sponsored video, that this content was sponsored. If nothing else, for the terms of service, it's also the ethical thing to do. And lastly, the big problem I have, and this is the meat of it, is that they call this a review. Because if you watch any of their content, it is clearly not a review in any sense of the word. I mean, it is a review on the surface, but it is not a good review, and it is not telling people things about the ski that they need to know. I'll get into this a little bit more. This is the thing that Ski Monster really picked up on, so kudos to them. And I'm only gonna look at one of their reviews. There are so many bad reviews in my opinion. The Atomic Maverick 105 CTI, the Nordic Enforcer 99, the list goes on and on and on. I saw one with booster straps where they tried to explain the booster. They're like, well, it holds it snugger. That's part of what's good about a booster, but the real good thing about the booster is when you flex and relax, how quickly the ski boot comes back into form. You completely missed the point of booster straps. Anyone who's used one could tell you that. Oh my God, okay. Anyway, so I'm just gonna talk today about their review of the Elan Ripstick 96 Black Edition. I don't know why, that just seemed like the one where there was the most information. I watched my review, Ski Essentials review, and Freeskier's review. And this is a theme though. This is a theme that you can see with a lot of the reviews, but I'm just gonna use these main points to point out my big grievances. Their reviews essentially say nothing. Their reviews are the equivalent of going on the manufacturer's website and reading a bunch of the buzzwords. They are completely, in my opinion, unhelpful for consumers trying to buy skis. Before we jump into that though, I'd just like to take a minute to thank our sponsors, which is me. RicketySkiReviews.com. We have our base layer and our Capeline cool trail shirt if you want to check those out. I'm not upcharging for it. I'm literally charging what Patagonia costs, and then an extra $10 for shipping. It takes about $10 to ship it. We are silk screening and printing those. It is a handmade graphic by Nick, and then I signed the bottom for Rickety Ski Reviews. It's not like a big upcharge item. We're not really making much money, but I want you guys to have a chance to rep your favorite YouTube channel and also have a base layer that I was already using prior. So anyway, check that out, RicketySkiReviews.com. We stopped taking orders December 10th. That will be a pre-order, and then they will ship out hopefully by December 18th after we print them and then ship them out. So get your orders in now. We will not have returns, so make sure you get your sizing right, but they will be covered under Patagonia's repair program. So anyway, go check those out. Also, shout out to Puffin Jackets. This is a can and drink koozie. The person who sends me the arcade belts was like, do you have any interest in this? And I saw Ski Patrol and I was like, oh my God, this is perfect for content, Ski Patrol. So I'm not sponsored or paid by them. I do have an affiliate link if you want to buy these. It's kind of a cool little stocking stuffer idea. I'm using it in my yerba mate can, also not sponsored by them, but yeah, kind of a cool little product. They have a bunch of different designs. If you want to check it out, I will put a link down below. I don't know, if you find this interesting, I'll have a link down below, but shout out to them for sending this to me. I appreciate it. I'm not sure this is the content you want to be featured in, but it's not a paid sponsorship, so what you get is what you see with me. Anyway. Look, they've got a little rubber bottom. Anyway, that's nothing to what we're talking about, but I wanted to take a minute to cool down before I jump into their actual ski reviews. Okay, so first off, from Freeskier Magazine's YouTube video, it is 2 minutes and 10 seconds long. Holy moly. I'm just gonna tell you the notes I took while watching their video. Like I said, I watched my review, I watched Ski Essentials review, then I watched my review again, and then I watched Freeskier Magazine's review of the Elan Ripstick 96 Black Edition. There's a few things, but I think 2 minutes and 10 seconds says it all. There is no way that you're gonna give a thorough ski review in 2 minutes. I don't know what the point of this is, other than to get out as much marketing jargon, which is exactly what they do. And they're clearly asleep at the wheel with the comments, or maybe they don't care. But the top comment was from 5 days ago by JK Uds 4ZV. They say, this is the only comment on this video. It's like a few hundred views. On what planet is reciting manufacturer's marketing stats also considered a review? I swear, this isn't like an all account that I published either. Somebody else did this 5 days ago before I even found the video, which I think is hilarious. And that is like the perfect representation of what this video is. It's just marketing. But anyway, let me go through my notes. So here are some of the quotes. They say, new construction has 4 tubes of carbon, and then they go on to talk about more of the spiel with the carbon plate. But they say that new construction has 4 tubes of carbon. My guy, last year had the 4 tubes of carbon. If you don't understand the differences from one year to another, don't talk about that. This is all speculation, but I would wonder if this script was written by AI or not. I guess I don't know. In the kind of modern age, you never know what's written by AI or not. Maybe this is just like kind of regurgitating the marketing. That's kind of the impression I got, but it is so bad. For background too, the Ripstick 96 Black Edition, I liked a lot. It's got an asymmetrical shape. It's got extra carbon, like the green version of the Elan Ripstick has 2 poles of carbon, and then the Black Edition has 4 to give it a little bit more like stability and kind of, what's the right word? Give it like a little bit more capacity to be flexed. But anyway, okay. Then they say a ton of stability. When I'm saying that, I'm saying like it holds at its like max when you flex it. The stability actually isn't very good at high speeds. It does not have good stability. It has got that square shape, and I talk about in my review, it is really unstable once you go past GS speed. Once you go past blue squares, once you get going with some speed, it's kind of like the Mirror's Core. When it finds its top speed, it lets you know because it is really unstable in that way. What do they say next? Flax fiber keeps it smooth. What does that even mean? This whole review is just full of a ton of jargon that way. It's got the flax fiber, it's got the amphibio. Okay, next quote, yeah. Amphibio directional shape. Just love throwing out marketing terms. They cannot help it. It's like they have to fit in as much as they can. What else do they say? Oh, this is a ski for someone looking to push their limits. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. It speed wobbles and struggles in heavy wet snow. It's a great ski, but once you push it, the speed limit makes it unstable when you really get moving with it. The other thing with Freeskier's review of the Elan Ripstick is they talk about 0 downsides. Like they go, oh, well, this is who it would be good for, but they use it so broadly that it could be good for anyone. Anything to get people through. And when you go through their website, it clicks through to affiliate links. Now there's nothing wrong with that. I use affiliate links. It's a big part of what keeps the channel running, but I disclose it and I tell you guys, and I also use the affiliate links to help you guys get better deals, even though it's against my best interest, because it's like, I want to be helpful. I want to help people. This is literally just take. Take from the ski brands, take from the consumers, take advantage of people who don't know any better. My God. Okay. 0 downsides. We're really going to talk about 0 downsides. And I talk with the people who are like ski shops. They're not the best at talking about downsides, but they at least like will kind of at least bring up limitations or who it's more suited for. And therefore, if you are not that person, you might realize this isn't suited for me. At least they try. God, I may never be critical of Ski Essentials again because at least they do all of that. This is so much better. Now I know what the alternative is. God, I'll never say a bad thing. Well, maybe, I don't know. I mean, I'm critical of them, but it's not even in the same stratosphere. This is all just marketing gimmicks spewed out to like get people to buy crap. And these are good skis. I like these skis, but every ski has a downside. Okay, you want to know the downside of an Elan Ripstick? Okay, to bring my own thing to it. The Elan Ripsticks, like I said, at a certain speed, they get that speed wobble. They let you know. But also, similar to the Atomic Maverick, those big square tips that make it easy to initiate turns, they get hung up on wet, heavy snow. Let's say you're going along and you get hung up, like in the Horizon Tech on the Atomics, it kind of does that on wet, heavy snow. The Elan Ripsticks do it 3 to 4 times worse than the Atomic Maverick. So like where I ski at Bogus Basin, you get windblown fun stuff at the top, and then you might get into the heavy stuff that's shielded by trees but isn't windblown, so it stays can get kind of condensed and wet and heavy. As soon as you hit that, those skis really grab. So that's a downside, but that's not a big downside. If you don't care about that, then you might like the other stuff. If you like an easy turn initiation, if you like a ski that almost turns on it like instantly, it has a really quick reaction time because it's asymmetrical, it almost starts to turn for you. People like that stuff, but there's different traits and you can choose which trait you want versus which one you don't. For me, I don't want the ski to initiate the turn for me. I like timing that out myself, but some people really like it. Okay. I hate to say this because I see this comment all the time and I really hate it. But honestly, maybe from this point forward, it's a good policy. I hate to say it because I hate these stupid comments, but it might be true. Maybe we shouldn't trust any ski reviews that show no ski footage. I gave Curated a hard time because like they had, you know, the GoPro or whatever and a selfie stick and no budget. And I was like, come on, you guys make money. You guys can have a second shooter. You know what? Curated is way better than this. Curated, at least, even if the people were misguided and didn't really know what they were talking about, or my favorite line is, these skis go really good on snow. At least that was someone's real opinion. At least you could see the person ski on it. This is almost more cynical than anything Curated ever did. God, you're gonna have me apologizing to Curated of all people. That's how far we've fallen. This was nothing but marketing jargon. There was no skiing, there was no what you felt. I would challenge to like even know if you skied on these skis. My God, okay. I've got more notes, let's go through them. All right, let's keep going through my notes. God help me. This is almost worse than reacting to it because my notes are more extensive than their whole video. Okay. Zero ski footage, yeah. I mean, I don't know why I expected it, but like with 2 minutes, there wasn't much to spare. The guy introducing his name takes up a big chunk of this video. Okay. Oh God, the backdrop. I had a comment about the backdrop. Let me look up. Yeah, the backdrop is way too clean for an actual shop. Have you guys ever worked or even been in an actual ski shop? Look at how clean those jigs are. Look at how clean the brush is. The iron still looks like the back cable is like braided up perfectly. I have never once been to a shop where the iron wasn't just sitting on the bench on the side. Are you kidding me? And also there's zero wax on it. It's never been used. Those brushes are way too clean. They've never been used. The file is shining in the spotlight. It has never been used to sharpen a pair of skis. The wax is perfectly square. That's how you know it's not a real shop because it's always like melted and in weird things or it's just strewn around the counter. This isn't a real ski I mean, obviously, but this is just a set. This is a bunch of phony baloney. You know what I mean? I've worked in a lot of shops. I've worked in what, like 3-4 different ski shops. This isn't what it's like at all. And it's not a big deal, but it just shows that like this whole thing is for show. This is pretending to be something it's not. This is pretending to be a ski shop when you're not. This is pretending to be ski reviewers when you're not. I would question or I would speculate to wonder if you even skied on those skis. Or if you've skied on every ski you reviewed. It's a lot of ski reviews you guys have, but not a lot of footage. A lot of ski reviews you guys have, but for someone to work full-time at Freeskier magazine, do you really have time to ski on all those skis and do it thoroughly? And I don't know, that it doesn't even matter. Even if they did ski on it, these reviews stink. It's just a bunch of marketing. It's like they took Elan's information, they put into ChatGPT or reworded it themselves, and we're like, okay, we need to hit these 6 keywords, boom, 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 boom. But it's baloney. It doesn't help the consumer at all. It doesn't tell them how it actually feels on snow. Okay, let's say I was going, like, let's take a hobby I'm new to, like surfing. Someone was like, oh, you're gonna really like this surfboard because of the Amphibiotech. Or let's call it the Surfibia tech. You're gonna like it because of Surfibia. What is that? What does that even mean? It means nothing to me. And now, me as an experienced person, I look at they go, yeah, it's gonna be, what was one of the quotes? Let's pull up an actual quote, okay? They say, flax fiber keeps it smooth. What? What does that mean? You could be telling me flax fiber in my yogurt keeps me smooth. That would make more sense to me than what they said about the ski. Ay caramba. Okay, let's look at some more quotes before I lose my mind. The power and energy to take your skiing to the next level. What does that mean? The power? Okay, the power comes from you flexing with the boot first off, and the gravity of the mountain, whatever. And the energy, okay? Not sure how power is different from energy, and it's gonna take your skiing to the next level. My guy, you took me to the next level and had nothing to do with skiing. Or skiing adjacent. The next level of insanity, okay? Another quote. Nice, fun powder turns. What does that mean? That's not descriptive at all. They're nice, fun powder turns. Have you ever not had fun on powder turns? I mean, I have. I've been on like slalom skis in the powder. That's not fun. It means nothing. It told me nothing. You said nothing. I know I shouldn't be like speculating about AI, but God, in a world of AI, I have to question everything now. Okay, this is not the last quote. Extremely light and tons of power. That's like the stereotype you get from ski reviews, like, oh, it's playful and powerful at the same time. But it means nothing to people. This is like someone took that and put it into a thesaurus and they go, it's extremely light and tons of power. God. You can't have all upsides. You have to be like, okay, it's prioritizing this, but it kind of lacks in this. You want a real review? This one's for free. I'll do it. The Elan Ripstick is really good at turn initiation. It turns on a dime, and it's really good for people who are intermediate, who are wanting to learn the rest of the turn and struggle with turn initiation. It allows them to kind of start their turn for them, but it lacks a real depth of speed, and it also gets really hung up on bad condition snow. Every feature of a ski, these big buzzwords you like to throw out, every feature has a trade-off and a drawback to the design because no ski does everything perfectly. Now, ski design have gotten really good. Like, skis are, I always say this, we're in the golden age of ski designs. But you can't like be really good at one thing without having a slight drawback. And for some people, that doesn't matter. They go, well, I don't want to take the Elan Ripsticks on a black diamond, or I don't want to go really fast on them. I just want blue squares and green circles, and I want to have fun with my ski, and I want it to initiate easily. Then this is perfect for them. This is the perfect ski for a lot of people, but it's not perfect for everyone. And when you do that, you mismatch the skier with the ski, and now people resent it. They don't trust you. I mean, I don't trust Freeskier magazine. I've got less trust for them than hen have teeth, I think someone said in my comments. Something like that. You're doing a disservice, and Elan, this is a disservice for people because there are a lot of skiers out there that would be perfect on the Elan Ripstick 96 Black Edition. But when you get people who are a bad fit on it, well, they're gonna tell their friends how much they hate the ski, and then that just, you know, kind of, it just brings forward a really bad taste in consumers' mouth, or it really just damages your reputation long-term because the people being fit to the ski weren't properly fit to begin with. That's like when people say, oh, these boots stink, these Technics. I would never say like, I hate Technica boots. I think they're well made, but they just don't fit my foot type. It's the same thing. Anyway, I'm totally off track. I'm totally off. I've lost it. When you make Curated look good, that's all I'll say, I guess. I don't know. I was too hard on Curated, you know. Rest in peace wherever they are. They you know, this is so bad. You want to know a good example of like a corporation that does this? Even backcountry.com, which I like, you know, I'm skeptical anytime somebody who sells the stuff is like, look at how nice these jackets are. My friend Kelly did one of those videos, and she talks about some of the drawbacks. She goes, I was worried that the strings on the jacket were going to hit me on the face, but they're actually tied down. That's insightful. That's saying, or like, okay, this jacket is really warm, but it wouldn't be good on a wet day. Perfect. That's perfect. That's all I'm asking here. It's like a little bit of realism, a little bit of like, I actually ski on this is what I felt. A little bit of disclosure, like, hey, we have relationships with these brands. They do pay us for sponsorships. We're still gonna review it. Look at Stompin' Tutorials. That guy is sponsored by Atomic, and he has some of the best Atomic ski reviews. He'd be like, listen, Atomic pays me. I get these skis for free, but I'm gonna be honest about it. You can still take it with a grain of salt and maybe say, you know what, you have that relationship, I don't want to listen to this review. At least the audience has the option of knowing. This is really bad, and I watched through a ton of the reviews and it was very similar. There was some stuff where I could not believe how simple the review are, and they're all like this. They're all just putting out a bunch of marketing. Oh, you know, I watched the Atomic Maverick 105 CTI, the Atomic Bent 100. I couldn't believe how off the mark they were. It makes me really wonder if anyone actually skied on these, and if so, why they didn't show it. I'm not going to call into question any of the individuals. I know you guys are just working a job and you're probably reading off of a script, but I can't believe how bad these are. And I don't know. Any of these brands, you want a real review. Like, you know, if you don't want to go through me, go through Ski Essentials or somebody like that. Ski Essentials does a good job. Even like Ski Monster does a good job. Out of Collective like does a better job than this, where they're actually talking about the ski. This was pretty much useless. What do I want from Freeskier? I don't know. Either do better or do something else, because this is awful. And you're just gonna get a bunch of skiers into a bad product. I don't know what to tell you. I'm just gonna do my own thing and try to set a better example for ski reviews. But I'm very disappointed. And if nothing else, just don't call these a ski review, because they're not. This is not reviewing anything. This is mostly advertising for the ski brand. And I'm not even sure it does a good job of that. So anyway, this has been Content Ski Patrol. What do you think? What are we gonna give them? Yeah, pass pulled for the season. This is some of the worst ski review content I've ever seen. Yeah, pass pulled. I didn't use any of your content, so don't bother trying to copyright strike me. And this is all my opinion, my critique, and my speculation on your company. Yeah, pass pulled. I think this is just really, really unhelpful content. So anyway, if you like this kind of content and you want to support me, we've got t-shirts and base layers. Don't buy anything you don't need. That's never my intent. I just want you to have a good base layer that I use that has my branding on the back. You can also become a member. You can like and subscribe. That's a free way to support the channel. I will have links down below. If you're looking at the Ripstick, I'll put that in there. Also have all the deals that I found from last week and some of the gift ideas I have for people. If you're looking to buy stuff for skiers, I had a recent video that goes through all that. But as always, more than anything, just thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. It was very vindicating to have my Ripstick review have 12,000 views and have theirs have 500. I really don't care about metrics normally, but it's nice to know at least like this didn't mislead a bunch of people, but it has like that stamp of Freeskier that really could misdirect customers to bad fits with their skis. I really appreciate you guys though. I would not have this channel without you. I would not be able to get on some of the skis I've been able to ski on without you guys, and that is never lost on me. So thanks for being here. Thanks for watching me lose my mind a little bit. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. See ya.